What's up, Sussex squad? How y'all doing today, y'all? Let's get right into this. Harry and Meghan are not done with Germany. Meghan has been putting on a fashion show, which I love her fashions. They are perfect for Germany. But can I just say, I know Kate is mad because, baby, if you copy this, the outfits are pretty not plain, but they're very minimalist. Kate is going to have to come with good hair, good makeup. You know that's not her forte. I can't wait to see her trying to copy Meghan's short shorts with her little Farrah Fawcett slash Camilla looks. Y'all, let's get into this. You know those little bird wings Camilla likes using. Anyway, y'all, what is going on today? Well, the German media have been loving the Sussex up. However, the British media is so surprised that their fake narrative that they've been pushing for the last 6 years does not land past their shoulder, does not land past their shores. Now, we on the outside have known this for a while, Sussex squad, right? They always try to have some mess about how people feel William's the most popular, but as much as they try to do these smoke and mirrors, and I'm convinced this is why William and Kate are terrified to leave the confines of a 1.5 radius of their house, right? And do an actual public event, because every time they do, you realize that everything written in the papers is all smoke and mirrors. They're not beloved. Nobody shows up to their events. As a matter of fact, the only time they have people riding out for them is online for the anti-Harry Meghan campaign. But again, I don't even think those are real people anymore, because those people would have showed up and cheered. I really honestly think that all their press, all their publicity, everything they do is smoke and mirrors. And unless it's a carefully orchestrated event where it's only 20 people around and they're the people that work there, I honestly believe that William and Kate, they just don't rank. Well, guess what? The German media is thinking the same thing. Let's get into this also. They are even being called petty and vindictive and mean for what they're doing to the Invictus Games. No, not what they're doing to Harry, but what they're doing to the veterans. And when you think about it, it holds a lot of merit, but it just shows how pathetic they are and how in their mind, they really do think they are the king and queen of the realm. They think nothing matters. They're all toys and chips that they can fight over, little gold stars instead of real people's lives. Listen, let's get into this. Okay, let's talk about Harry and Meghan and how much the media are loving them up. They said Prince Harry and Meghan Markle bowled over the German media with their charm offensive on the first day they were seen together at the Invictus Games. Now they have been going even harder. Harry embracing Meghan and bear hugs. They're cracking up. They're laughing. They look very much on the same page, very much in love. And at the end of the day, there is an infectious charm that you can't buy. Because if you could, William and Kate would have bought it, and Charles and Camilla would have bought it too. There's an infectious charm that you can't buy that exudes from Harry and Meghan. I think it just boils down to they are authentically themselves. Anyway, here's what it says, right? Okay. Only positive headlines are being used to describe the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, such as finally a prince again, with much of the attention focused on Meghan and how she reacts to the crowds and what she wears. That's right, you better let them know. I'm waiting for Meghan's Instagram. There have yet to be negative comments about their public appearances, including when they attended wheelchair basketball match. The couple's often contentious relationship with other members of the royal family has not been mentioned in any of the coverage. Here's one thing that the British media is always shocked to see. Why would they mention it? Now, listen, I know I mention them every third Thursday, but that's because I follow this for a living. For the most amount of people, and this is what hurts the Windsors so much, they don't matter. Nobody cares what they think. You don't get along with Harry? Fine. We don't follow. Listen, the only reason Americans, I think, follow the royal family is because of Meghan, right? If you take Meghan out of it, I've never followed the royal family, and that includes Harry too. And I actually have a positive opinion about Harry. I understand that they don't follow that mess overseas. Can you imagine when's the last time Kate and William have been to Germany? And can you imagine how lackluster they did? Come on. Anyway, right? They said, I think people are very interested to see how they're together and their dynamics as a couple. They're very popular here. This is from Bild News. This is Bild News. This is their biggest newspaper. We only have to see how hundreds of people waited in Market Square outside a town hall to try to see them. Remember when William tried to do that at Boston? I think somebody told him, Your Highness, right? As William was like they were like, he was using them as footstools, right? And punching bags. They'll be so happy to see a prince. You know, Americans love princes. That's why they're so fond of Harry. They have no royalty of their own. Until they finally realize Harry and Meghan are legitimate celebrities. No, Meghan did lend, they're legitimate celebrities. William, if he had any type of charisma, might have been that. But I do think that most people look at the royals as diplomats. Okay, it's a position of honor for sure. We know that you know a lot of top people, but at the end of the day, I'm not standing outside to watch the UN delegation and cheer them on. You have to inspire love, loyalty, compassion by your works to get that level. And you have to have a certain amount of international fame that the average person just wants to get a look at you. Baby, it's called stardust. It's called William and Kate don't have it. Anyway, right? They said, I think people are very interested to see how they are together and their dynamics as a couple. They're very popular here, okay? You only have to see how hundreds of people waited in Market Square outside a town hall to try to see them. It's the same the previous year when they came to start the countdown to the games. The popular Gala magazine website devoted 5 stories to them, as well as carrying a live blog to update readers on their activities. Come through, international power. What else happened? Harry's biggest coup was to be invited to the hugely popular show Sports Studio, the German equivalent of the BBC's Match of the Day. That's right, you let them know. Meanwhile, right, Zeitz Deutsch Fernsehen, ZDF network devoted an entire hour-long show to allow Harry to talk about the Invictus Games and its impact on the mental health and rehabilitation of wounded war veterans. Let me just say this, right? This is where I see Ari Emanuel's people coming through. They understand that, like, whatever war you're gauging in the tabloids, we can win by putting our most valuable asset on TV. Harry is quick, he is smart, he is warm, he actually likes people, right? He developed a personality. Harry can sit there and talk for an hour. William, even if he got an hour, what is he going to talk about? Kate, all Kate can do is fake play a piano at a concert. What are they going to talk about? We now see the power. Thank you, Ari Emanuel, for getting up and doing your job. I still have my good eye on him. I do. Because I don't forget that mess he tried a couple weeks ago. But the fact that where Harry and Meghan excel, they have true talent. And you can't fake having charisma or being a great public speaker or being warm and friendly and just charismatic for an hour, no matter how many fake stories they push. And this is why, I'll say it once and I say it again, the British media and more likely the throne is always trying to bully Harry and Meghan, in my opinion, to stay in the house. Because when they're in the house and they're just doing often photo shoots and this and that, they feel like the race is more neck and neck. They feel like, oh, you did a photo shoot. I did a photo shoot. You posted something on Instagram. I'll do this, right? But when it's actually real life, when it actually counts, the things that can't be faked, Harry and Meghan show up and they excel. And that's why the Windsors keep trying to shut them up, because they can't compete on that, because William and Kate are the epitome of living in a glass house. Charles and Camilla, not so much. I actually think that Charles could do well on the show talking for an hour. Camilla too, but William and Kate, Meanwhile, the glossy Gala magazine, I think that's their biggest like celebrity tabloid, which devotes it's like their people, which devotes pages to celebrities and other VIPs, carried a blow-by-blow account of Harry and Meghan attending the first Invictus Games events together. They had a live blog on the moments of the couple along with other stories. You guys, the magazine will devote its cover of this week's edition, published on Thursday, with a photo of Harry in the headline, "Finally a Prince Again." Inside there will be 3 pages of coverage. There's a lot of interest and much more now that Meghan is here. They're behaving very well. I think a lot of people will have a positive impression of them. A reporter that told the Mail Online, people are fascinated with Harry and his family, but they all know about Meghan. There are 2 camps here in Germany, Team Harry and Meghan and Team Kate and William. It'd be interesting seeing them together. You guys, did you hear that? The German media said, yeah, we care about Harry and the royal family, but Meghan's the draw. I know that's right. You better let them know. Anyway, the reporter said people in Germany have seen plenty of stories about the couple and their decision to step back as senior members of the British royal family. Now they are here and people see they are happy. Woo! They carried a story about Meghan sporting a $62,000 ring when she attended friends and family event on Tuesday evening. TV news carried extensive reports on the Invictus Games with regular roundups of the day's events. Bild newspaper have had a reporter covering the games, while others in Berlin office have been involved in the coverage. You guys, this is in a wall-to-wall. But Kate really thought that she was going to step on Meghan's shine, debuting some new bangs. This was your secret weapon? Bangs and William in a hard hat, speaking to construction workers about deleting themselves. You guys, again, the Royals actually do need a new game plan, because the weird thing is they never really did that much. I'll be honest with you. They bring focus on things, right? But William and Kate are so lazy, they don't even really want to properly bring focus. They really believe that they are the draw, that if they go and touch something, it's gold. Fine, maybe that's how it is in the UK. But when you want to be an international rock star band, you have to put your money where your mouth is. There's no excuse for dedication, work, actual passion projects. If Kate actually gave two figs about the early years, do you know how big and impactful that would be? And William actually gave a fig about the Earthshot Prize, instead of just being like, oh, environmentalism, I'll step on my dad's toes and Harry's. Do you know how big they would be? But they don't, and it shows. Hard work always pays off. Anyway, they're saying that the UK team have noticed that the Windsors are ignoring them. And one official of the UK team admitted that even though the Invictus are getting bigger and bigger every year, it's felt there could be more support back home. Regularly, when there had been a notable focus on sports among the royal family in the past week, they said the athletes find it bizarre, but don't want to get caught up in the royal cast fires. But this is why they look mean and petty, because at the end of the day, they don't care about their subjects. They will punish everything, even their athletes that they do nothing for at home. They're wounded athletes. They don't care. They're all chess pieces in this petty game that they play against Harry and Meghan. But isn't it great that the Telegraph and the Daily Mail are calling them out? They're saying the prince and princess were integrally involved in the early success of the Invictus Games. They're trying to take credit for this, with the Royal Foundation that they shared with the Duke, pumping significant injections of cash into the event. Baby, this is first of all, the Royal Foundation, Harry did most of the work promoting and most of the events at the Royal Foundation. That's why they thought Harry would be their little puppy, their lapdog all that time. Now that when Harry separated the Royal Foundation, they also had to give him cash because that's how much cash they had. They didn't do anything. Harry dumped his own money into it. Saying Prince William and Catherine have always supported Harry's efforts to establish Invictus. They're delighted it's been a success. The UK media strategist, who did not want to be identified, told the Telegraph that the palace approach towards the Sussex could be summed up as ignore and distract. It's a fail. Who distracted them? It's ironic Buckingham Palace has had more to say about the Highland Games than the Invictus Games, despite the honorary military roles they hold. In doing so, the palace ends up looking mean-spirited and petty. The ill will against Harry should not be held against the Invictus competitors. Ben McBean, a double amputee who inspired the Duke to launch the event, said they should have put their differences aside. The former Royal Marine, who lost an arm and leg in Afghanistan, said he saw both sides of the rift between the brothers, saying that they should just have given the lads a shout out. It's like when we went to Afghanistan. No one supported the war, but they supported the troops. It's the same exact thing. Imagine the royal family, who your taxpayer dollars go to propping up and buying jacked up hairstyles, like I would say rosemary oil to make William's hair grow, but we all know he is long past the rosemary stage. I'm just saying. And they can't even give you a shout out because they want to punish Harry. And the more that, and here's the thing, what they're so scared of, the more they try to punish Harry, as Harry's star grows bigger and bigger and bigger, they look like fools. There is an elephant in the room. doing somersaults and riding on a cartwheel, and they're just looking the other way, talking about, so did you see my new hair? It just looks ridiculous. Let's get into this. They say palace sources insist members of the royal family never involve themselves in each other's professional endeavors. They would not expect the Duke to put his head above the paparazzi to voice support for the finalists of his brother's Earthshot Prize, for example, and they've left Invictus to the Duke for many years now. First of all, when it comes, it's different. Heads of state, NATO, everybody comes to Invictus Games. It's like ignoring the Olympics because Harry helped fund the Olympics. It makes no sense. Team Sussex gathers together each evening to debrief and unwind. Much of the work is done behind the scenes. On Saturday, Harry joined Team UK for breakfast at the British consulate. He's just a super sound bloke, thanking us all for the work we're doing with our competitors. We love him here. You'll never get a bad word out of any of us for Harry. Look what he's built. Look what he's created for us. The Duke also meets hundreds of competitors away from the public gaze and holds meetings with officials about everything from future participation of other nations to funding. Well done, Harry and Meghan. Hard work pays off, and I am so happy. I'm so happy. It really honestly just gets me choked up that, the times are changing. Apparently, racist hit piece campaigns that try to destroy you and everything you love are no longer the rule of the day. Good luck, Daily Mail. Good luck, Independent. Good luck, the Telegraph. That little island nation is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Congratulations to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Invictus Games was a rousing success, and 2024 is coming back even harder. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.